The Streisand effect is when an attempt to suppress any information in any form ends up making that information more sought after and probably more found. It's like when a horror movie gets banned for being too nasty. More people want to see it, and it probably just helps sales. The Streisand...
Yep, it's me again. They hate me, that's why they give a fuck about me at the same time. As always, JD Miles. The MGTOWs they love to hate, even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time, which is why our haters keep us relevant to this day, and I'm back again. For tonight's topic of discussion, the Streisand effect and how it will benefit red pill, manosphere, and the male spaces. Now, what is the Streisand effect? It's elementary, my dear Watson. The Streisand effect is the effect when one tries to suppress, silence, and censor something, and as a result, it gets sought after even harder. Basically, look at it like way back when you had the U.S. military and the U.S. government try so hard to suppress any news of UFOs in the sky, and how they try so hard to keep it under wraps, but eventually more and more people dig deeper into these UFO sightings to the point to where the government says, fuck it. We can't keep it hidden for long. Now, I know what you're wondering. What does the Streisand effect have any part in the red pill, the manosphere, and these male spaces? Well, look what is happening. You got groups such as Diverting Hate and Homeland Security and the FBI trying anything and everything they can to try to suppress, silence, and censor red pill, manosphere, and these male spaces. But the problem is it's not working. Not only is it not working, but these spaces is now starting to grow even bigger numbers. And yes, I'm starting to see an increase. But wait a second. So instead of red pill, the manosphere, and these male spaces numbers decreasing and people starting to walk away from it, instead, the exact opposite is happening. Not only are they growing in numbers, but more people are now starting to get informed about red pill, manosphere, and these male spaces such as MGTOW. And guess who we have to thank for it? But this is what happens when our oppositions, when the anti-manosphere, the government, and all the rest of these nut jobs sit there and try to suppress, silence, and censor. It just made people look for it even harder. Eventually, they'll find all the information, and next thing you know, they're more in favor than against. This is also the reason why that bullshit that both Homeland Security and Diverting and those feminist whack jobs who's pushing Diverting Hate is doing, I know for a fact ain't gonna work. And more importantly, the exact opposite will happen. More men will be informed. More men will find out about this. More men will do their own research rather than relying on relying on these feminist nut jobs, Homeland Security, FBI, and the rest of these governments who has a problem with these male spaces. But then they wonder why they're growing in numbers. This is also the reason why Homeland Security been failing at each and every attempt. They still can't grasp the concept. The more you try to silence, suppress, and censor information, while at the same time giving their own spin of the situation, more and more people will start doing their research. More and more people will look even harder and dive right into it. This is the reason why all their efforts constantly go in vain. And keep this in mind as well. Homeland Security has already exposed themselves for having a side. They're partial. They got a favorite. That's right. Homeland Security is going out there, red pill manosphere in these male spaces, all because they favor feminism. This is the reason why Homeland Security has a problem with anyone standing in defiance and questioning feminism, especially when they fuck up. This is why they're trying to get rid of these male spaces. However, it's not working. In fact, shout out to my sources because I find out they pulled their ad. Not to mention, I'm going to all these channels on YouTube, these Twitter handles, these Facebook pages. Nothing is happening. So basically, at this point, there's really no need to worry, especially when you see what's actually happening. They putting people on this list that don't even belong there, don't even associate with the manosphere or any of the male spaces. They fucked up on that shit. And secondly, everyone could clearly see the fear-mongering tactic here. Oh, these spaces are terrorists, extremists, they promote violence and shit, but yet they show no evidence behind it. In fact, you go to these people that they have on their male supremacy list. There's no record of any of them condoning terrorists, extremism, extremist rhetoric, nor promotes violence. Not a single one of them. But then these are the same retarded fucks who wonder why this shit ain't working. Not to mention, they got exposed for being biased. This is the Streisand effect in full force. And yes, we all know that feminism don't like it when they have opposition. They don't like it when people question their claims and shit. This is the reason why they so helplessly dependent on the federal government, such as Homeland Security and the FBI, to try to silence their opposition, which is not going to work. Ain't nothing more comical than the anti-manosphere and the rest of these hating nut jobs sitting there cheering this shit when in reality they still haven't done nothing. But of course, I like to play this favorite game right here, in which I'm glad to go back to it. Expectations versus reality. What they think would happen versus what actually happens. They think that, oh, but by them calling themselves diverting hate and silencing and oppressing red pill manosphere in these male spaces, they think that that's going to draw these men away from these spaces and have them embrace feminism even more, when in reality, the exact opposite is happening. And what's more, they giving red pill manosphere and these male spaces free advertisement. The fact that they're even talking about it is letting these men know that there are spaces for them, that they could come in, they could see what's really goes down, and see for themselves that what these retarded fucks such as feminists, Homeland Security, FBI is saying about these male spaces is the exact opposite of what they claim they are. This is the reason why these male spaces constantly grow while they are in complete panic mode over the fact that these male spaces are growing. And they're too fucking dumb to realize that. Yeah, I know. I know. I thought these clowns who stood in opposition to these male spaces are supposed to be smart. But yet they doing these male spaces a huge service more than anything. And I'm just being brutally honest on that shit. Off the gate. But that's all I'm going to say for now. I said what I had to say. I'm done. And I'm out this bitch. Later.